Yeah. You're all right. You're all right. All right, so I'm going to see if you can manage that energy.
Okay. But don't let him walk all over you. I'm going to let her, here. I'm going to let her do her thing. All right.
Okay, so always protect your personal space so you can always back him away from you. But what's going to keep him happy is moving without going a lot of forward. So you're going to stop him, back him up now.
Back.
Good. Now, walk again. Stop him, back him up.
Back.
Good. Good. Walk him again. Stop him, back him up.
Back.
Good. 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 Okay, now ask him to go this way without you moving. So you're going to back him up again. Back him up again.
Back.
Good. Now point towards me and tell him to come towards me. You stay there with the rope. So your leading hand will tell him back. Tell him to back. 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 And now point towards the road and tell him to go that way. Take your other hand and support the opposite shoulder. So back him up out of your space again so you can get a hold of that other eye. So you need the eye that's closest to me to see what you're doing. Back him up. Back him up. Now, point towards the road. Lift your other hand and try to get his other eye to see what that other hand is doing. So you're going to have to try to get his attention enough with the other eye. Back him up again so you try to get his attention. See if you can get his attention on that other eye. Yep. Now, put the hand up in the air to let him know what you want him to do. The other hand. Yep, that's going to tell him what to do with his shoulder. So back him up again. Back him up again. Him shaking his head as he's trying to come off the adrenaline right now. Go ahead and point him to the road again. Get that other eye. Show him the other hand. Nope, back him up. Back him up. You're going to get it this next time because he's ready to understand you. Okay, point to the road. Show him the rope on this hand. Yep, 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 yep. Give him some kind of go cue. Back, back, back. Because going forward is not the right answer. Going towards the road is going to be the right answer. So his shoulder needs to make this next move. So if he goes to go forward, he's making a mistake. Point towards the road. Yep, if he goes to go forward, back him up. So you want to make sure that every time he makes a mistake, we try to get involved in the correcting the mistake before it's made. Go ahead and he should now, yep, give him something to do. As soon as he tipped, nope, back, it's okay. He's trying really hard. He just didn't understand you. Point to the road and have good boy, he's just trying to come off the adrenaline. Point to the road and try to have all your energy pushing that shoulder that way. Towards that shoulder. Back him up. Yep. Yep. Towards the shoulder. There. Good. There you go. It's okay. It's okay. Yep. Just tell him it's okay. It's okay. He's just got a lot of energy. So this is when you don't actually want to get in your horse's personal space. When they're acting kind of silly and they're kind of getting... So you want to make sure you always stay protected from, your personal space is always protected. So that's him trying to come off adrenaline and also having an argument with you, right? He's technically arguing about this right now. So you're going to back him up. You're going to point, and you're going to tell his shoulder to follow where you pointed to. If he comes forward, he made a mistake. If he turns his shoulder, okay, so like if he does that, he did the right thing. Then if we want him to go, we're going to give him a go cue. So I choose a single kiss for a walk, okay? I choose a double kiss for trot. We're not going to ask him to put any fire in those feet, okay? So we're just going to do a walk. But if he trots, we're going to let it happen, okay? And then we're going to stop him and back him up. So back him out of your space because he's a crowder because he gets nervous and he doesn't know what to do. He needs just somebody to tell him what to do. Don't get in his space as you ask him to back away from you, right? The idea is to get personal space. There you go. Now, point towards that gray trailer. Tell his shoulder to follow that idea. Tell him to go. It's okay. Good, 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 good. Okay, back. It's okay. He's not wrong. He's trying really hard. Believe it or not, he's being very good. Okay, go ahead and point towards the corner, like your driveway, the end of your driveway. Yep. Nope, back him. So anytime he goes forward, we're going to try to interrupt that. Don't keep chalking up and getting closer to him. We want him away from us. So the idea is not to get all up in there to talk to him. We can talk to him from far away. Okay, go ahead and point back to your, yep. Good. Leave him alone. Let him just move. You just stand there. It's okay. It's okay. Now, go ahead and stop him real quick. Not, I don't mean real quick, but go ahead and back him up.
Back.
Good. And then I'm going to tell him he did a good job because he did exactly what we asked him to do. Okay. I just want you to be safe because he's, he has a relationship with you that's kind of like I can run you over. So I just want him to know he did a good job, but not to get let off the hook to behave. Okay. So anytime we ask them to go on a circle, we point like we're pointing over their shoulder. Like I'm saying, hey, look at that, right? And that's gonna make his nose turn, his head turn, and then his shoulders should follow. If we tell him to go that way, and he's standing right there, if I tell him to go that way, the rope comes directly, he'll come to me. So it's really weird, but this has nothing to do with actually how you tell him to turn. Your pointing does. So it's just the hand that is leading, nobody. The hand that's leading him is the hand that's always on. So when you're ever giving him direction, it's the hand that's attached to his nose. So the rope always should be in the hand that's attached to it when you're leading, okay? Okay, so now, where would you point if you wanted him to go back? Back. Where would you point if you wanted him to go out on that circle again? Back. Yep, maybe at that window. Yeah. Okay, so go ahead and do that exact thing again. Good. Don't walk. You stay right where you are. Good boy. You're a good boy. Just leave him alone. Let him just walk. Good. Back him up.
Back.
Yeah, it's easy to try to get all up in their space, right?
Back.
But you don't need to. Back. Good. Now, we're back. Yep. Yep. Where would you point now if you're, stop, yep.
Back.
Good, where would you point now if you're gonna ask him to go back out on that circle?
Back.
Probably that first trailer. Okay, so go ahead and point to that first trailer, back him up. You're gonna stay kind of square in front of him so he can see you, okay? And then point to that trailer when you have that eye now, so put your energy on his shoulder, tell him to go. Good boy, leave him alone. Put your hand down. Just leave him alone. Good, leave him alone. Don't do anything, just leave him alone. You can turn, just pivot in your position. Yep, right there, but don't you move, leave him alone. Now, we're gonna look at his tail, and we're gonna bump that line towards our belly button and see if we can get him to turn his butt away and face us. So go ahead and bump that line towards your belly button. Look at his tail and see if we can get his tail to turn away and face us, him face us. So you're going to take that line, which is now in your right hand. You're going to, well, he's going to do it anyway, so that's okay. Here, whoop. Good boy. Okay, so let me just quickly show you. Okay, back. Back. Hey, talking to you. Back. So I'm going to point and tell him to go. So I don't have his eye and he's making a mistake. I'm going to point and tell him to go. I don't have his eye. He's going to make a mistake. Nope. That's asking with that foot. That's okay. Nope. Tell his tail to stay that way. Nope. Listen. Yep. And I'm going to leave him alone. As soon as he makes the right answer, I'm just going to leave him alone because that's his reward. That's his answer. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bump his nose towards my belly button, like I'm going to stab myself in the belly button. Keep going. And then I'm going to tell his tail to go away by looking at his tail as if I have water in my left ear. Ready? Bump his nose. Look at his tail. Good boy. Did you watch what I did or did you watch him?
It was like the...
Okay.
You, like, barely... I didn't really see you tilt your head.
Yeah, so you always tilt your head like you have water in the ear on the side of the horse. Good boy. See how he just moved his hip when I went like, he's like, oh, I might need to do something. Back up. Okay. So by leaving him alone, that's how you tell him he got the right answer. And that's all these horses ever want from us is to be left alone so they know they got the right answer. Back. Good. Okay. Yep. You control him. I'm just going to get out of your space. Good. I'd point probably at that white house that's being renovated or even the gazebo. And then make sure you get his eye to turn so he can see. And then you're going to support that shoulder and you're going to give him a go cue. Good. Leave him alone. Put your hand down. Leave him alone. Neutral is neutral. Completely neutral. Yes. Let him go all the way around one full time. When he gets by me that next time, except for that might have, oh, it's okay. When he gets by me this next time, it's okay. Bump his nose towards your belly button, turn his tail away. Yep. Yep. Bump his nose towards your belly button. You got to bump his nose. You got to bump his nose. It's a bump, not a pull. Back. I just didn't want him to get too many laps because he was getting worked up. Yeah. That's why I grabbed him. I didn't mean to yank him from you. I just didn't want him to get too worked up. Okay, so we're only going to let him do one lap. If he picks up the trot, we're going to stop him. Okay? And then we're going to try to keep him in one space. Her calling him obviously doesn't help, but we're going to keep trying to get him to understand. So the reason I'm doing this is I want to give him a chance to get some of that fire out of his feet before we do some concentrated work. Because if he can't get the fire out of his feet, he can't focus. Okay, go. Yep, me moving changed things for him. That's okay. Back him up. Back. Mean it. Back. Good. Yep. Go cue. Good. Leave him alone. Good. Go ahead and bump his nose towards your belly button. Look at his tail. Bump your nose towards his belly button. Yep, towards your belly button. Look at his tail. Back. He's a little confused. He was trying to listen. Did you see him ask? Good. So now, yep, the idea is you're gonna try to like pull his nose around to look at your belly button. Look at my belly button.
Oh, okay.
Okay? Good boy. Yeah, you're okay. Good boy. Go. He's making, he's a good student today. He really is. He's here. He's present today. Good. Sometimes they're not. They're so, he checks out and he pays attention over there, but he's really wanting to try. They actually become really liking school to where when they see you coming, they're like, pick me. Like my horse called earlier, like, you gonna do something with us? I know, we hear her, I know. Okay, we're gonna get him doing something again. So go ahead and do the same thing. Good. Okay, go ahead and stop him. Have him put his nose towards your belly button, look at his tail. Good. Back him away from you. Back. Okay, so now the steps of this game is he always has to back up at least one step. Then you give him direction, and then you tell him to follow that direction by giving him a go cue. You don't have to necessarily swing at his shoulder. You can just show it to him, and that might be enough. Back him up. Anytime he makes a decision like that, you want to say, hey, I didn't tell you can move, right? Because we want to teach him some patience. Back him up again. Good. So go ahead and send him back out. You stay right where you are. Yep. Good boy. When he gets to me, go ahead and send his tail towards me. Bump his nose, tail towards me, back up. Excellent. Good job. Okay, so I would say if I was going to work with this horse, I would say he looks ready to do something now, right? He's in a pretty good frame of mind. She can change that very quickly, so we want to get him working a little bit quicker. But that right there is a horse that you can say, now we're ready to start working. So that's kind of like your pre-flight thing. Okay, so now we're going to do what we did last week, but I bet you're going to have a lot easier of a time. What you just did with his tail is what you're going to do with his tail here, except for you're going to do it from a much more concentrated, standing still way. Okay, go ahead and see if you can't ask him to back. Sure. Yeah. So now you're going to tip your head to the right and see if his tail will move away. Bump his nose towards your belly button. So always bump his nose towards your belly button. Yep. Because you want his tail to go that way. So whenever you're going to, so if he's standing like this and I know his tail needs to go that way to make sense, so I'm going to tip.
You want the tail to go away from you, not towards you, so you, okay.
Right? So you're going to look out on this side, or if he's going to go that way, you're going to look out on that side. So that just the water in the ear helps remind you to tip your head. But you don't necessarily, right now he's got a little energy, so let's just see if we don't need to swing the rope. Good boy. Okay, go ahead and see if you can start backing him up. Good. Good. Back. Back. It's okay. You're all right, buddy. So now you could use the rope to say nope, but gently say, because he's just he's just guessing the wrong answer. So you could change hands and use the rope to push the tail that way when he's making a mistake. But he's making a mistake trying. So you got to have to be able to like determine that was trying. He was really trying. He just didn't know where to go. So that's where you would just put your hand out there and be like, no, 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 wrong way. You know, you're just trying to get him to change pages. Good boy. You're a good boy. Okay, go ahead and tell his tail to go now towards those poles. So you're just going to keep telling his tail to go towards those poles. Bump his nose towards your belly button. Tell his tail, good, back, back, back. Good, good, good. Keep going. Good. So see how when I said keep going, you went straight up to like a 4 or a 5 in your volume? You want to make sure that you always try to give him the best deal. Don't always jump right to, you know, speeding down the road.
Back.
Good, good. And then when he does offer to back up, then you see if you can't go quiet. Because your goal is to eventually never need a lead rope, right? You want him to eventually just back up because you said back up, please, okay? So you always want to, your goal is always to eliminate how much energy you have to use the rope with.
Back.
You can turn it up as you have to, though. So it's like, kind of imagine just incrementally you're going to keep changing the volume, but as soon as he starts to respond properly, you're going to try to go all the way back to quiet without stopping. Because you want to make sure if you stop, then he should be allowed to stop if you stopped.
Back.
Mean it. Mean it.
Back. Back.
Good. 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 So now we're going to send his tail that way again. Because we can't quit. Like when you started to tell him to back up, you can't then just change your mind and do something different. Because that creates gray, right? If you told him to back up and then you said, it's fine, whatever, we'll just do this. Then he goes, okay, you never really mean what you say anyway, right? We don't want a horse to ever not believe you. Now this hand's telling him to go do something with his front feet. So you don't want him to do anything with his front feet right now. Yep, so keep that hand neutral. And you're only going to talk to his tail. There you go. Stop him from going forward. Good. Now talk to his tail. He wants to do stop, 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 stop. So see how much he got to make a mistake? We want to try to never let him feel so wrong.
Back.
Good boy. I know, it was a little deep right there, wasn't it, honey? Okay, so let's go ahead and walk him back over here. And you know what you could do is you can walk him over here on an arc if you want, and then try to use that, what you were doing on the circle, to see if you can't get him to swing around and just end up aiming that way. Yep, yep. Good boy, he's trying so hard. Yep. Stop him from going forward. So now he's not sure because we did circles. So his whole body's telling me right now he's going to go that way. Okay? Because he is remembering what he got praised for or left alone for before. And you're doing some of the similar things. So you want to make sure that if he starts to leave that way, you're going to just gently kind of say, no, 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 wrong page. Okay? Everything, when you feel like they're making an honest mistake, you want to be as nice as you can to interrupt that change of page. Right, there. Now ask him to put that foot back, though. And anytime they do something like that, it's like, hey, no, you were standing with all 4 feet in the other position. That one came out. You need to put that one back where it was, and I'll get back to you in a second, right? He has to learn patience, okay? And by learning patience, he's going to become a much easier horse to work with. Okay, I know, right? Okay, go ahead and ask that tail. Yep. Okay. Till he takes one step backwards, you can't quit. Good. Now you can quit. Now bring him back over here. So see how you initiated the backup cue. You could not, no matter where you ended up, even if you ended up all the way back at your house before he took a final backup step, you cannot quit until he takes a backup step, or he will never, ever take you seriously. So now how are you going to be able to talk to his tail with the rest of the rope on the ground? Good, and stop. Okay, bring him back over. Now remember, he's going to do what he thought he knew, right? Which is good. It's also a good testament to how much he wants to do right. He just needs you to make sure, so that right hand is still, yep, stop, back. Okay, so I'm just going to help him because he's getting into a little bit of a pattern, and I don't want him to keep making that mistake for you. Okay. So we were having trouble getting his tail to move. So I'm just going to tell his tail to move without him thinking it was the same thing we were just doing. So, So see how he's, nope. But now I have to interrupt that, and I'm going to tell him, go back over there. Turn your tail. Now I'm just talking to your tail. Don't go forward. I know, it was hard, I know. So now I'm just going to talk to his tail and see if I fix that. Okay, so I fixed that by really interrupting the mistake, because you have to be as quiet as possible, but as loud as necessary to correct the mistake. Because if he keeps ending up over there, he's going to keep controlling the situation, only because he doesn't know what else to do, and he kind of feels like he's left to the wolves, so to speak. Good boy. Okay. Good job, buddy. Good job. Yep, start off as quiet as possible, turn up the volume as necessary. And sometimes, good boy. Now he's a little worried. He just said, are you sure? So that's why that foot took so long. See how that hind foot kind of took a long time to make that step? Because he's like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this one, but I think going backwards is a little scary. Yep. So he has going this way in his mind with either his front feet or that way with his hind feet. So just kind of pay attention to what his body's doing. You're going to just keep watching his body so that way you can kind of get ahead of the thoughts. That's the idea. Turn it up as needed. So you want to make sure that you don't just become kind of the radio on in the background. It's okay. So that's his way of saying, I know those poles are there. Okay, so now tell his tail to go the other way. Yep. Stop the forward now, because he's remembering with you. Don't pull him on top of you. You're going to send his shoulder this way if you have to. And then you're going to spin his tail around. So what keeps happening is you keep moving, and together you guys are getting further and further away. Let him do all the work. So you have control by backing him completely out of your space, right? So stay here and make him out there do everything for you, okay? If he's not in a position where you can see his hip, then send his front feet this way, and then when you catch a glimpse of his hip, then tell his hip to move. But if you keep moving around with him, you guys are going to just end up out on the road. Yep, so now I would tell his shoulder, I tell him go in the barn. have that be in your vision right now. Tell him to go in the barn. And then before he fully leaves to go into the barn, you're going to stop him and tell his tail to swing away. Back him out of your space because that's not what you meant. You didn't mean come forward.
Back. 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 Back.
Good. Now change hands again. Tell his front legs to go that way. Good. Good. Good boy. Yep. Give him a go cue so he knows to go. Oh, it's okay. It's back, back, back. So when he makes that mistake, you're going to try to get ahead of that mistake before he makes the mistake. So when you saw him kind of lean like, oh, I'm going to go this way, if you could jump in there before he makes that mistake and say, no, 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 you're wrong, go that way, and just be more supportive of the part that you need him to move. So like if I'm telling him to go this way and he leans that way, I'm going to try to get ahead of that lean and say, no, 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 you're on the wrong page because I need his body to shift and look like it's leaning that way. Right now he's got a lot of, I'm going to go that way, right? So if you go and point this way, there's a good chance he's still going to try to go that way. So you're going to kind of get in there and be like, all right, I need your body to change position. Before you even start to walk, I need your body to change. So we're going to ask his body to change in order for him to be successful at moving for you. So now you're going to point, it's still the same thing. You're going to point over there. Even though you're thinking, I want you to go to the barn. Nope, don't pull him on top of you. See how when you pull, he comes to you? That's why that happened. So if you pointed, say, to that big tree that I have over there, now, go ahead and tell his shoulder to do something. Tell him to back up. If his face is directly at you or the other way, he's definitely going to make a mistake. So first you got to get him looking that way. Good. Now take advantage of the fact that he did. Nope. Now he's not looking that way, so he's going to make a mistake. So yep. Now tell him to go. Yep. Tell him to go. Good. So let him go all the way around once because you were a little delayed in telling him to stop. It's okay. Let him go all the way around. And then try to time it out. Good. Now try to time. He's trying so hard. Good. Now back up. Back. Good. Perfect. Back. Good. Perfect. Back. Good. Yep.
Back.
Good. Be careful how much energy you put, because then he might think he's supposed to go. So now you're going to concentrate on just getting that tail pointed back that direction. If his front feet even look like, can you tell I'm about to take a step? Yeah. Okay. If his front look like he's about to try to take a step, tell him, no, before he does it. Okay? So that way he can be made wrong for thinking the wrong thing, but not being wrong for doing the wrong thing. We always want to get them before they do the wrong thing. Because then they always feel like they're just being punished all the time, and then they hate us. Good. He's got a little go in him, right? So we want to make sure that we pay attention to what his front feet are doing. Be very deliberate about telling and imagine his hip moving away. Like, yep, you're going to get it. Nope. So if he makes a mistake and he starts to look like he's leaning this way with his ribs, because I saw his ribs started to come this way, then you're just going to get a little bit louder with your support to say, no, because his ribs were saying I'm coming this way. So we want to make sure that we pay, like you have to watch every muscle on their body so that way you can know where they're thinking. Okay? Yep. He's got it. He changed pages to the right page for a second there. Nope. So see how he's doing a lot with his front feet? Even though that's slow, he's still doing a lot with his front feet. So we want to make sure we stop him thinking about moving his front feet. You can wiggle, or if he's trying to go left, you turn right, you pull right, you know what I'm saying? Like, so just keep kind of like a steering wheel, you want to correct, even though you don't drive, like you want to correct which way he's making the mistake. He's trying so hard. Yep, yep. But don't stop telling him what to do because you said, no, you're wrong. And he's like, well, then what was I supposed to do? Yep, you're going to get it. Yep, yep. Yep, he's thinking. Yep, he's like, oh, I don't know. Sometimes that means backwards. You can take all the excess and put it in the other hand. So wait.
Okay.
There you go.
That's all.
Yep. So now you're going to get louder instead. Instead of getting all super controlling there, you're going to get louder about the mistake the body was making coming this way. So you just would get the rope would just get a little bit louder to try to interrupt that. So see how he doesn't know? He's trying. Oh, he's trying so hard today. Stop the forward. Yep. Make him go back that other step now because he came too far forward. Good. And now talk to his tail again. So you see how he just told you I'm going to make a mistake? So go ahead and give his nose a little bump in the direction of your belly button. Okay, did it anyway. Now go ahead and look. So, okay. What we need to do is we need to make sure that once we start telling him to do something, we don't stop. Okay, so when I started talking to you, which is fine, I know you were giving me your attention, but you stopped telling him what to do. So now he's going to learn that he can just outweight you, right? So when you mean it and you say, hey, I told your tail to go that way, until he does it, no matter what you have to change about you, until he does it. Changing the forward, if he's going forward, you want to just interrupt that. If his feet go the wrong way, there, see, you saw the lean. What was his lean?
Back. He was going like this.
And he was kind of coming towards me with his shoulder. Good.
Back.
Good. Now tell his hip to move. Yep. Bump his nose. Yep. And tell his hip to move. Yep. As he's making a mistake coming this way, you're just going to make that a little bit more uncomfortable for him to want to come that way. You're just going to make the fan a little bit, louder so he knows, I don't know if I want to put my finger in that fan. Yep. Keep asking. Keep asking. Yep. Keep asking. Good. You interrupted his thought, right? Good. Nope. Keep getting. Now that's where you would get louder instead of kind of folding, because you kind of like folded like you're getting ready to do something else. Instead of folding, just get louder about not making the mistake of coming this way. And now the key is going to be, as soon as he takes that step the other way, you're going to just go quiet. So he knows all of this has been about that. And then he can make the change. Don't go forward. Don't jump in front of him. Just tell him don't go forward. Tell his hip to move. He's got a lot of coming this way on his mind. He wants so bad to know what to do. It's okay. So go ahead and tip his, give him a little bump in the direction of your belly button. You don't pull him, just give him little pokes, kind of like pull pokes. Yep. Good. Go ahead and step out around towards me a little bit and see if you can't get him to figure out what you want. Yep. Step out by me again. Yep. Stop the forward. Any forward is wrong. There, and stop the forward.
Back.
Good. Okay, ask for the hip to move again. Yep, no legs, no front feet, do anything.
Nope. Back.
Good, quit. Okay, come back over here. Okay, Go ahead and ask him to turn his hip towards those poles. So when they back up, you just offer a block. You don't pull them, you just let them kind of hit the end of the line. Okay, so you don't want to pull him towards you, you just want to provide a block so he doesn't keep backing up. As if he was tied to something. You just want to be a pole. Bump his nose so he see how he's not paying attention at all? Yep. Nope, so the rope you're swinging gets louder. The rope you're swinging gets louder, so it becomes more uncomfortable to go that way. There you go, there you go. Now bump his nose, bump his nose, bump his nose, bump his nose. There you go, stop, stop, everything stops. Did you hear him? He's like, good job, buddy. Good job. Good job. Okay, so I'm going to let you just walk him back over there and try that again. So that's part of just being able to be in control of the situation and not fold to figure out what to do next. You're just going to say, that's going that way and I don't want it to go that way. I need to make enough energy to stop that from being comfortable enough for him to do. So did that feel good that you knew what you were trying to make happen and you got in the way of it and you said, hey, no, that's not what I mean. I need you to go that way. And he's like, this way? And you're like, yes. Right? And it's the calm. It's the calm is all that is his reward. That's better than a carrot. Trust me. Yeah, exactly. I hear you. All right. So go ahead and take him over there. That's a good sign. You want them to do that. That's coming off of adrenaline. So go ahead and take him over there so you don't have to challenge yourself too much by starting from so far away. Good. Good. He's ready to do it. If you tell him what to do, he's ready to do it. I know. There will be a time where you won't even notice how much rope that is. There's a long period of time where it seems like it's just so much rope. Why do we have to use so much rope? But there'll be a point where you won't even think about how much rope that is. You'll just have good skills and it won't matter to you. Because sometimes you want all that rope. Yep. Perfect. Good job. One more and then we're going to, one more and then you're going to take a good pause because you didn't turn it off. Good. Now stop. Pause. Good. Because you didn't turn it off when he finally got the right answer, right? This time. So when you have a huge struggle, if you finally get it, and then you go back and you try it one more time, when you finally just get the right response, just pause so he knows for sure, yes, you got it right, then ask again. Yep, go ahead and back him up. Gently though, don't be mad at him. And then turn it up as you need to. So you don't want to spend a lot of time just being the radio in the background. You want to be effective, but in the same sense, you want to always start off trying to not wake anybody up. Good. Good. Yep. She got his attention that time, so just... Okay, so we're going to go ahead and leave and come back and try again from closer to it. Good boy. Good boy. He's like, I think I got this now. Yep. He's got it. But tell him until he does it, don't quit. Yep, so we want to control the front feet. Front feet got to do a lot that he wasn't supposed to do. Stop the front feet. Good. Now quit. Okay. So now we're just going to try to put it where we want it. Good. And stop. Now bring him over and you bring him where your intention is to stop yourself right here, because actually when you came back over, you went right back to the same spot you guys were at. Good. Now ask his tail to move towards there. Yes. Yep. It's okay. Tell his shoulder to come more towards the barn. Yep. Yep. And as he starts to walk, you're going to let him walk this way because he's way out of position. So you're going to let him walk his front feet this way only. So you can put some energy on his shoulder if you want, but you're going to point more towards that window, believe it or not. There you go. Yep. Now, bump his nose, turn his tail. Good. Good. He's got the right idea. Don't you keep moving. So he's going to do all the work. So you're going to tell his front feet to land right here. So what you have to do now is you have to get his front feet to land right here so that you can spin his tail into there. So you come back to standing here. His front feet have to land right there and his tail can get in there. Good? See how quick you are to have such a short line? You were like way up here. Poor guy. He's like, what do you want me to do? I don't know what you... okay. Good. 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 Perfect. Good. I'm glad you remembered to tell him there. Yes. Good. Good boy. So now ask him to back up a little bit so he knows that now he's not to move his front feet anymore. And just be, yep. Good. Now turn his tail now while he's still got that leg. Yep, you're right, buddy. Yep. You're going to just keep him from getting in trouble now. Yep. So now it's your job to make sure he doesn't back up. So you're going to make sure you act like a pole very quickly if he starts to back up. Nope. Stop his front feet. Yep. Tell his tail. It's okay. Yep, good. That was perfect. See, you stopped the thought. Do you see how you stopped the thought? That's how you keep them liking you. Because then he's like, oh, okay, wait, I guess that was wrong. All right, what? Then what? Good, back. Oh, that was close. That's okay. It's okay. Yep. So now he thought he did the wrong thing, so that's okay. That's why he tried something different. It's all right. So try to stay here. And so like his front feet aren't there. So that's one. That's step one. His front feet have to be there. Then his tail can be better managed. Because once his front feet are here and his tail gets turned, he's going to just pivot, right? But if his front feet are there and he pivots it, where's he going to go? You have a lot of work to do. So get his front feet here, pivot his tail. Yep. Energy now would be on his shoulder because you want his front feet to do something. Yep. But is he supposed to go? Is he supposed to stand? What's he supposed to do? You did it right last time. Good. So he had no knowledge of what he was supposed to do. Why? Because you didn't kiss. Okay, so you didn't tell him to go. So he just stood there like, am I supposed to go? I don't know what I'm supposed to do. They like being told what to do. It just helps them live more harmoniously with us. Energy on his shoulder, get his nose to turn kind of away. Yep. Good. Turn his tail. Yep. There, back. Gentle. Now we're asking him to do something for us. Good boy. Yes, you're right. Good boy. Yes, you're right. Yep. Now he's a little nervous because he knows his poles are there and he thinks he's going to get into trouble. So now we weren't steering the other way. That's okay. So just don't let him get into trouble. Good. So now see if you can get his tail. Now this is where it's more delicate because you have to do just a half a step, right? Because if you ask him for a big step, he's going to overswing that way. He's going to keep trying to avoid that. But we did show him last time what we're trying to do with this, so he's more likely to try it now. So gently ask his tail to go the other way. Stop forward. Nope. It's okay. Get his front feet. You got to get him backed up and get his front feet back here. Good. Back. 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 Good. Tell his shoulder to go away from you and go out on that circle now. You're right, buddy. Good. Good. See, he was trying so hard. And when he was turning his head like that way, that's why you needed to answer that question for him. Okay, go ahead. Yep. Back. Good. Back now. Back. Good boy. Good. Yes, you're right. Yes, he's feeling for it, so he knows. He knows the game now. So go ahead and ask him to, because he's dragging his feet. Go, keep asking. The reason he's dragging his feet is because he's feeling for it. He knows. Good boy. Yes, he's in there. Back. Your job now to just keep telling him that's right. Good. Yep. See how he's kind of feeling around with his back feet? Oh, he doesn't believe you. Back. You have to be like, yes, I got you. Yep. Back. Yep. And don't quit him now. Steer that tail a little bit. Don't quit him now. Gentle. Good. Back. Don't quit him. Keep going. Don't swing anymore. Just the rope for back. Yep. Don't quit him. Leave him in.